Social media turns you into a beta male. Beta males are not always the unsocial and shy introverts that no one wants to talk to. Scrawny gamers and loser nerds who can't talk to women. Lazy, unambitious, and financially destitute men who flip burgers at McDonald's. Weak, unattractive, nice guys who let the world walk all over them like a doormat. Ellipsis. Or any of the other tired cliches we so often hear from the manosphere and pickup industry. Although it's true that beta males can fit the classic stereotype of the weak, incompetent, bumbling idiot who means well but struggles to create the life he wants, this superficial definition ignores the deeper implications of being a beta male and gives us an incomplete understanding of what makes a man alpha or beta. And this is a big problem. Because to effectively prescribe a solution to any problem, we must first have an accurate diagnosis of what the problem is. The alpha male, the iconic bad boy, has been making girls' hearts throb for years. But recently, despite all their chest-pounding, attention-seeking, in-your-face behavior, their appeal has been on the decline. The beta male, the timid little nerd, has been moving in on the alpha male's territory. Whether you turn on the TV, look at the tabloids, or go to a movie, you will see this major shift in the male hierarchy. Shows like The Big Bang Theory display the epitome of a nerd starting to rise to the top. They are now the focus of the show, not taking the back seat to the alpha male. The alpha male is often displayed as the villain, or a bully in these shows. Dr. Reed on the television show Criminal Minds is a genius and quite the nerd, but he also runs around shooting and taking down some legitimate bad boys. Introverted guys, such as Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg, are taking over the business world and replacing demanding, loud, forceful alpha males such as Donald Trump. But what is behind this dramatic shift? What is causing the fall of the infamous alpha male and allowing the shy, nerdy beta male to take their place? Multiple social movements have slowly allowed the beta male to rise to the top. The shift in the male hierarchy can be attributed to evolutionary beta traits contributing to their dominance in society today, the furthering equality of females, the further acceptance of homosexuals, and the major movement to prevent bullying. Who exactly are the beta and alpha males? The alpha male is commonly described as a powerful, aggressive, and dominant man. He exudes confidence and is very physically fit. Alphas display masculine qualities, such as a deep voice, defined bone structure, and muscular physique. They are often pictured as the ladies' man. The beta on the other hand is very introverted and will avoid confrontation. He is extremely intelligent, thoughtful, capable, and driven. Unlike the alpha male, he is smaller in stature and possibly even scrawny. Essentially they are contrasting versions of each other, and society is now favoring the beta version of the male over the alpha. So now you are getting why social media turns you into a beta male. Let's talk more. If you think you're a beta male, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to change. Let me say that again. If you are currently trapped by beta beliefs, behaviors, and habits, it is not your fault. All of us are evolutionarily hardwired to crave acceptance and predicate our sense of self-worth on the opinions of other people. And thousands of years ago, our hunter-gatherer ancestors lived and died by the opinions of their tribe. Disapproval often meant death, either at the hands of their fellow tribesmen or nature. Today, with nearly 8 billion people sharing this planet, this is no longer the case and the opinions of others are largely irrelevant. No matter what you do, who you are, or what you believe, other people will agree with you and people who will disagree with you. But our ancient brains have yet to catch up. And, to make matters worse, our parents, upbringing, and society didn't exactly do us any favors. From the time we were little boys we were taught to fit in. To play it safe. To listen to authority and avoid rocking the boat. Your parents, as much as they love you, want you to be safe and secure. Happiness, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose are secondary aims. Why beta male behavior will ruin your life, and the lives of everyone you love. The real problem with living as a beta male is not solely a lack of financial success, physical health, or sexual pleasure, as we've already discussed, but a life of victimhood and approval seeking. Instead of creating meaning for themselves, they covertly derive meaning from pleasing others and making others satisfied. They avoid tension and conflict at all costs, often at the expense of their self-respect. They struggle to assert boundaries and get their needs met. And ultimately, they are controlled by the circumstances of their life and the fleeting emotions they feel in the moment, not by a greater vision or strong values. And the result on a long enough timeline is always the same. Depression, anxiety, existential angst. Even if on the surface they appear to have it all: wealth, great body, women, and status, deep down, they know something is missing. Their external successes are a facade to cover up their internal feelings of not feeling enough, and every day they suffer the pain of a disingenuous life lived for the approval of others. It's a never-ending beta wheel of chasing happiness through validation. It doesn't work. Beta males are victims of their circumstances and environment. Instead of steering their ship and taking the helm as the captain of their fate, they are struck by the storms of life, allowing their parents, peers, and society to be the driving force of their life's fate. It gives birth to a life of quiet desperation, controlled by their fears and their desire to be loved. They sedate the pain with junk food, alcohol, pee, and drugs to escape the pain and avoid facing the facts of their life. They seek out drugs like Zoloft, Xanax, and Prozac to deal with the banality and frustration of their beta lifestyle choices. They spend hours in therapy trying to work through some trauma of their past without realizing that their real problem is that they lack the courage to pursue the life they want. The battle for your life is not against the external forces of the world but the demons of your mind. To win this war, you must have the courage to live unapologetically in alignment with who you are. Depression, anxiety, violent behaviors, and existential dread are all born from a lack of alignment. Although trauma and chemicals can play a role, their true cause is a radical misalignment between who they want to be and who they are. When these behaviors go on long enough, betas become bitter and jaded. They hate seeing other men living in alignment with who they truly are, and so they take up the mantle of victimhood, berating others for their successes and buying into the lie that, "he had it easier. He must have had rich parents, connections, and advantages I never had." What they never realize, or refuse to acknowledge, is that their actions are not only weak but selfish. Their beta behaviors are not only ruining their own lives, but depriving the world of a strong man on his path and purpose, living the life he truly wants. How many would be artists, athletes, writers, entrepreneurs, philanthropists, and innovators has our society lost to the trap of the beta male? What has fear cost us as a society? Where would we be today if the masses of men refused to live their lives confined by societal expectations? How much depression, pain, and anxiety in men is really a cry for pursuing a life that is true to them? The bitter and inconvenient truth that men trapped by the beta male paradox are unwilling to admit is that their approval-seeking behavior affects everyone, not just themselves. By allowing their toxic patterns and behaviors to go unchecked, beta males can wreak havoc on society and their families. They deprive the world of their gifts, refuse to stand for what is true to them, and allow fear to triumph over courage. I can't help but wonder if all of our inner problems are, at their core, a symptom of resigning themselves to a life of quiet desperation. If the corruption, greed, and bigotry that seems so inescapable today is nothing more than a symptom of power-hungry beta males who are trying to fill a gaping hole in their hearts to prove their worth. If mental illness, senseless violence, and hatred are nothing more than manifestations of beta behaviors allowed to go unchecked for too long, followed by an uncontrollable explosive outburst. If we could change everything overnight, if we were willing to hang up our egos and pursue lives of meaning, purpose, growth, and impact instead of lives defined by our need to be liked, what kind of world would we be living in? So that's it for today's video. What do you think of our today's list? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell before you go. Thanks for watching.